Hi everybody, it's Nicole here from Baby to Sleep. So we missed yesterday's. Apologies about that. It was a surprise birthday party for my mum, so I couldn't actually let anyone know that I wasn't going to be doing a video yesterday because my mum would have found out and we didn't want to ruin the surprise. She's had some pretty rotten birthdays over the last few years, so it was really lovely to be able to actually throw her this surprise party, and she was extremely overwhelmed, and it was a brilliant day to get all the grandkids together with my brothers, my sister, all the in-laws. It was just absolutely wonderful. So it was a lovely day. So on to a bit of the sleep stuff really, because it's a bit interesting because we did the full day yesterday. We drove to Blackpool to spend the day with the family, and you know yourselves, when you've got little ones, especially when it comes to naps, how do you actually do that? And if you're doing the whole day out, where do you fit the sleep? So I'll just sort of talk a bit about how we managed that yesterday, because the nights themselves now, the nights are pretty all right. So we had a 10.5 hour stretch the other night where she went to sleep, and that was it for 10.5 hours. Last night, a couple of slight wake ups, but it was more than anything, it was actually more the fact that if she was in a room on her own, I wouldn't have even noticed she'd done it. But I was trying to keep her quiet because my husband's insomnia at the moment is absolutely crazy. So the last thing we need is him waking up to the tiniest sound. So I was trying to sort of nip it into the bud as soon as any sort of noise came along. So, but generally that's pretty much done now. She did 11.5 hours last night, so we're pretty much there. So the breastfeeding's gone, the sleeping's pretty much there. She's not ready to go into the room yet with Sophia, because at the end of the day, she's still making lots of noise in the night and things. So we need to try and level that out a little bit. So she's going to sleep and she's not needing to make lots of noise or shout out for me in the night or anything like that. So then we're not disturbing Sophia's sleep. So generally everything's not too bad with the whole sleep front. But what we did yesterday is, and it's useful if you ever want to have a day out, because naps can feel really restrictive, in the sense that, you just think you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything. But you know what, sometimes you've just got to kind of go with it and say, do you know what, if the worst happens, it happens. It's a one-off, it is what it is. And we had a 30-minute nap all day yesterday, which is probably the worst it's ever been on a nap front. So we set off to Blackpool about 11 o'clock. She was tired, but we thought, yeah, that'll be fine. She'll have a nap in the car. It took her ages to go off. And she woke up after half an hour, but the problems was there was just constant coughing in the car. Sophia's coughing her head off. I kept coughing. She kept coughing in her sleep. So yeah, she just got 30 minutes. And that was it. But what I had done is I'd taken pyjamas with me for her, so I could get her ready while we were there. So that way we could set off at a time where she was more likely to fall asleep in the car and just transfer her to the cot. So we did all that. So we went back to my mum's after the party and got something to eat and got her ready for bed. And then we set off about 5:20 to come back to Manchester. And I'll be honest, I was absolutely terrified, thinking, please don't fall asleep at 5:20, because I just thought that's too early. But no, it was about 5 to 6 she finally fell asleep. She's not really a car sleeper. She likes her cot, but like I say, sometimes you've just got to kind of relax a little bit, because you need to kind of get out. You can't be trapped all day just where you are because of the sake of a nap. But if you can plan things, it's not so bad. But yeah, so she fell asleep about 5 to 6. We were home for about 20 past. And I just basically picked her up, took her in the house. She woke up while we were moving her. She said night. She went up to bed, and that was it. And she slept for 11.5 hours in total. So yes, she was up at 5:25 this morning, which I've got to be honest wasn't great. But realistically, she'd slept for 11.5 hours with just a couple of slight disturbances. So I can't really expect her to go back to sleep after 11.5 hours. But we just kept her in the bed and just kept it dark. No asking for a feed. So the feeds are completely gone now, which is great. I just need my hormones to come under control. My face just looks absolutely awful. I feel like a complete pizza face at the moment. So fingers crossed I can sort these hormones out soon. Don't know what I'm going to do with them. Look awful. So yeah, sleep's generally pretty good, and she's napping at the moment, which is great. Now, with regards to the bed thing, I've got to say, I was absolutely sort of like, it's amazing the difference in how things can be. So if you're in a situation like me where you might be moving your little one into a room to share with another sister or brother or something, and you're in a same situation where you went, I need them to sleep through because I can't be having them wake the other one. Yeah, you probably want to do it the way we're doing it, in that very kind of gradual, slow pace, to make sure that actually you're not going to disturb the older child's sleep. Whereas 2 days ago, my nephew decided to climb out the cot, and my brother just basically, and he's 2 months younger than Alyssia, and they basically got him in bed yesterday, and he slept through last night. Absolutely bonkers. So some kids just do. So he's 20 months nearly. Some kids just do. I don't know how long that will go on for, but it's not horrendous. It's not the end of the world. And if your situation allows it, if the room is safe, it's not too bad. But sometimes you might need to plan a little bit, which is what we're having to do. But I'll let you know how he's getting on as well as we go. But yeah, if you're needing any help, you know where I am. I might not need to update you every day now, because at the end of the day we're pretty much there on the sleep front. The breastfeeding's gone. I might just kind of do an update every couple of days or something, just to sort of let you know where we're actually at, and if we're getting closer to that transition point to actually putting her into the bed, and just any up to date really on anything else that I find out of anything that might be useful. But okay, I'll leave you all to it. babytosleep.co.uk, and I will put some links in to any of the other videos that we've got, because we've got loads and loads of stuff over on the YouTube channel about naps and feeding and sleeping, and God knows, all sorts of different videos that can help you on your journey, by the way, to a better night's sleep. So you might want to flick through some of them and see what you can find. 4 month sleep regression is a really good one. So that might be useful for you to have a nosy at as well. But I'll pop some links in. Right, I'll see you all later. Bye.